Americans everywhere are feeling something, an ache, a tug, a calling to more. And I know how that feels. I felt it my whole life. We're in this special moment in our American story, and we need to remember who we are. We see this rising generation facing massive discomfort and confusion about what is real, the fall of family, the dignity of life, hungry for purpose and meaning. We are in a battle for the soul of America. And we have a limited window that will determine how this story plays out for America and for the world. And in response, we're seeing Americans searching for an answer, or sometimes searching for someone, for solutions, for purpose, for permission. Some are looking to the government for answers. Some are looking for leaders who promise more government control will solve your problems, pitting us against each other, making us feel more divided, where we can't even have a conversation, let alone a relationship with our neighbor, who we are supposed to love. We are feeling more divided and yelling past each other through our algorithms. And we see New York City turning to outright socialism, searching for hope. But despite all the problems in America, despite the challenges and the headlines, millions of people around the world are risking everything to get here. They are dying to get here. And what we have is very special in the history of humanity. Those same words that started out the US Constitution, we the people. You are the solution, not the government, not waiting for someone to give you permission. You are the answer to writing the future. The fact that we are here means we got a golden ticket. We won the lottery of life. You are what America needs. You are what your family needs. You are what your community needs. You are what your neighbor needs. It's America made by us. And I'm stepping in to run for Congress because this is a vital time for our country, both spiritually and ideologically. I'm running for the people of Virginia's 7th District to represent you, your family, your dreams, and our future together. It's time to wake up America. And here's how we do it. We need to remember who we are. We need to build solutions together. We need to strengthen and prioritize family. We need to attack the debt to ensure a brighter future for generations to come. So, first, we need to build together. We were made to build, to create, to serve each other. America is this beautiful idea that our rights come from God, not from government, that free people can build extraordinary things together, that ordinary citizens can rise, create, invent, serve, and solve problems together. That is the America I believe in, the America of builders, builders of businesses, builders of families, builders of communities, builders of churches, builders of the future, builders over bureaucracy. This campaign is a reintroduction to self. This is who we are, and you are what America needs. And over the past 6 decades, we've seen the growth of government programs, and we've even toyed with socialism. Some people starting to think that maybe this American experiment has failed. But really, the problem is that we have started straying away by electing leaders who made short term promises that led to dependency and disempowerment. And their response to the problem they created is more government control, more competing in the markets, competing with you rather than empowering you. America needs you to be empowered. That's why I'm running. So many people want to live here because they know what some of us have forgotten. This is the place where dreams come true. Free markets, free people, free country. Anything is possible. We are the creators, doers, problem solvers. And as an entrepreneur and businessman, I have helped over 2 million people in over 30 countries start businesses to live out their God given purpose. I was introduced in Uzbekistan. They were still coming out of the Soviet era, trying to be more innovative and entrepreneurial, like we take for granted here in America. And just before the new president came up to speak, they introduced me as this is Philip Harding from the country of dreams. The country of dreams. That is who we are. What we have is worth fighting to preserve. We are blessed to have these freedoms, not because a government or a king gave them to us, but we acknowledge that our rights come from God, not from a man. The government just protects and secures those rights. And based on that foundation, we have the ability to create, invent, and solve problems together. We are the country of people who created the telephone, air flight, GPS, the iPhone, the microchip. We've cured disease, lifted millions out of poverty, and pushed humanity forward. And we may have briefly forgotten who we are, but this is not how the story ends. This next chapter will and must be written by us, the creators and builders, those who want to be part of the solution, answering that call to ask not what our country can do for us, but what we can do for our country and our fellow man. You are what America needs. That parent trying to hold your family together, the small business owner trying to make payroll, the pastor trying to strengthen a community, the young person trying to figure out whether this country still has room for their dreams. So we are fighting to reduce regulations, expand access to capital and investment, champion small businesses, and fight for pro-growth tax and regulatory policy. When free people work together, everything becomes solvable. And number two, we need to strengthen family. If we focus on strengthening family and incentivizing strong families, we can solve almost every downstream issue in our society. Mental health, poverty, homelessness, addiction, loneliness, crime. You can trace all these symptoms back to a broken family. So we are fighting for parents, children, parental rights, faith, safe communities by supporting law enforcement. Schools should not schools should not replace parents. Schools should educate. And government should support families, not undermine them. This is still the country where strong families and strong dreams and a lot of hard work can make the impossible possible. I'm living the American dream. I grew up in a pastor's home. I became associate pastor, family, faith, and serving people. That was just a way of life. And I felt a call to business and public service. And that calling took me to become a first generation college graduate to Harvard, being selected to give the commencement speech in Harvard Yard. It was a true God moment, a true American dream kind of story. The idea that you can still climb big mountains in America. Strong families mean a strong country. And the government can't love you like your family can. And currently here in Virginia, where the economy and affordability should be top priorities, the governor and legislators want to amend our Constitution to be the most extreme in America when it comes to abortion, with no regard to the health of the woman or parental consent of minors. And they want to embed gender in the Constitution to open doors for all kinds of prosecution. We need to get back to stronger families. And third, we need to attack the debt. If America were a business, we would be restructuring immediately. If you count unfunded liabilities, we are over $100 trillion in debt. $100 trillion in debt is not compassion. It is theft from future generations. We do not have a revenue problem. We have a discipline problem. The more we keep printing money, the more inflation grows. When it comes to affordability, your dollar feels like it's worth less because it is. Paying for more fraud and waste causes costs to rise for families across the board. So we will attack the debt with urgency it deserves. We are working to cut waste, demand accountability, audit inefficiency, reform spending, and treat taxpayer dollars with respect. It's time to remember what America really is. I've walked through countries torn apart by socialist regimes. I've driven down dusty, bumpy roads in West Africa as protests erupted and a coup was forming. I've been stuck in a country trying to get out of a country while ISIS militants push south killing families toward the airport, women and children begging for food, teaching them to read and write, seeing the power of free markets and free people to transform lives. And every time I have been reminded what we have here is precious. We are still the country of dreams, the country of problem solvers, creators, and doers. A nation founded on the profound idea that our rights come from God, not from any man, and not from any government. The government exists just to secure and protect those rights. And when free people work together, everything becomes solvable. It's time to wake up from this coma. This campaign is all about a reintroduction to self, remembering who we are. This is who we are. America made by us.